let's head for that small moon. That's no moon. It's a space station. How's it going, Nerf herders? This is Alan from OC Nerf, and I wanted to kind of show you a couple of things that I am currently working on. And one of them is this little piece that you see up here that's been taped to the back of this desk. And as you can see, it's a little bit of an interesting piece. If you haven't seen it, or if you don't know what it is, I will probably be letting you know in future videos, so keep an eye on that. For those of you that do know, or think you know, go ahead and take a guess in the comment section down below as to what blaster you think this comes from. I'm curious to see what your guys' thoughts and responses are on that. I won't let you know one way or another, I think. Maybe. We'll see. But I'll show you the blaster in another video. But this is a piece of it, and just like I said, leave in the comments section below what you think it is. Now, on to what I am currently working on. This is another piece to that puzzle, and this is a specific piece from the blaster that I have been reinforced. I've cut it up and I've reinforced it on the insides here, because what this will be doing is this will be seating in quite a long length of brass, about 11 inches of brass, so it'll seat in right there, and right now it just kind of locks into place. I'll probably be gluing that down once I'm ready for it, but this is what that piece will look like. As you can see, there are a number of interlocking pieces here, so there's 17/32 is the main barrel, there's a stopping point of 9/16 here, there's another 9/16 shroud here that you can see moving back and forth, and there is, if I can take this piece off, there is this piece right here, which is a dual interlocking piece of brass, which has 9/16 shrouded in 19/32 with the end kind of trumpeted out to make the feeding easier, and inside of it seats the 17/32 brass, as you can see here. Let me make sure my camera focuses here. There you go. As you can see, all three pieces of brass are seating in right there, and what this does is the 9/16 slides down the 17/32 and slides into the 19/32 and locks into place. So that will create a perfect and tight air seal. All these things have been perfectly trimmed and kind of fitted. I have not yet cut out the dart slot for this, as this will be a brass breech system. Once I have put this on the blaster, then I will go ahead and cut out where I want the window to be, but it'll probably be around here. This will be for mainly Stefan length darts. I may change my mind down the road, but at the moment this will be for Stefan length darts. But this is the barrel system for it. I wanted to go ahead and showcase this with you. This, as I mentioned before, is the dual interlocking piece. So the idea here is that 9/16 does sleeve over 17/32 brass, and in doing so creates a good air seal, but this additional piece of 19/32 brass going over the 9/16 creates an even better seal, so that there is less chance, if any at all, for air to escape through it. And it'll kind of just hold that in place here. So again, this piece will go on the end of the other plastic piece that I was showing you, and inside there is reinforced with quarter-inch copper pipe. Where did that go? There it is. So it's reinforced with a 1/4-inch copper pipe so that it will be able to hold this in place better. So I'll be epoxying all of that together once I'm ready for it. I've already been test fitting it into the blaster. The angles here are cut exactly the way they need to be so that the blaster's barrel will be straight and even, which is very important for when creating a blaster. You want it to shoot straight. You don't want it to kind of throw itself off and have kind of a crooked barrel. I've done that in the past, so I'm a lot more careful about it now, having much more experience about working with barrel systems. And also just, as you can see from my thumbs here, I've got a lot of cuts and whatnot, but I've been working a lot with brass and getting this all to kind of fit. Now, some of the issues that do come into play when you're cutting brass is when you're using pipe cutters. It does kind of make the brass a little bit tight on the edges where you cut them, so you've got to use a few tools. I use a needle nose pliers to kind of open up the ends, and in doing so I also want to make sure, because this is dual interlocking, I don't want to open them up so much that the ends don't fit in the larger brass over it. So it's just a lot of things to think about, and cleaning up the insides of it and making it nice and smooth to fit over each other so that it'll slide nice and easy. Sanding it down, and then kind of polishing up the brass as well. All these things are good practice. Again, this is just kind of a quick overview on something that I'm working on, and I'd love to get your comments on what you think about this system, if you've seen it before or if you haven't, or if you are pretty sure you know what blaster this is going to be going into. Go ahead and make your speculations down below. I'd love to hear from you guys, and I'll catch y'all later. Nerf on, everyone.